All right. Welcome, people, to the Over and Under podcast, NFL and Friends, episode 2. I am here with a good friend, Nish. Uh, Nish, sorry, I messed it up already. I
Wow.
messed it up already. I'm
I
nervous.
quit. I
Oh,
quit. We're
you
done.
quit? All right. So, the name for this podcast is called The Texas Eagle Has Landed. We are in enemy territory right now for all my Dallas Cowboy fans. Um, I just wanted to, I just wanted to get friends together of have NFL teams, and Nish, which I say that right, Nish is an Eagles fan. So we just gonna have to, get through it. We have to have a peace treaty, I guess you could say, on this podcast right now. One, thank you for coming on the podcast, and how are you feeling today, Nish?
Thanks for having me. I'm feeling great. How are you?
Another day, another dollar,
I
another
feel you.
penny, really, not another.
No, you already said it. You already let the people know.
Question: do you know how we met?
Um, when we were young.
When we were young. So I'm gonna tell this quick story to my listeners. I've never heard it before, but me and my co-host James always talk about it. So you and James are good friends, and you invited us to a party in Lubbock. Okay, when you invited us to a party, I guess one of your friends there didn't like James, or didn't like
Wow.
he didn't like Wayland people. I don't think he liked people from Wayland. So when we got there, James like told me, he was like, "Hey, we got two options. We can go into this party and chill. There's an option that we could get jumped, or we could just go home and we could just call it a night." So it's me, James, and Cody, right? Cody was our
Cody
white.
Bills?
Nah, Cody's a white guy from a small town in Texas. He was on the football team.
Okay.
So we go, we're like, nah, we're going in, like we're not worried about anybody. So we go in to your party, right? You were really nice. Let us in the front door. You're really cool, real cool person. And then everyone starts staring at us. And then I'm looking at Cody, I'm looking at James. I'm like, yeah, man, you said a couple people. It's like 16, 20 dudes in here does not want us in here. So we can go ahead and just call this mission a fail. And you were like, no, don't leave. And we were like, nah, we're gonna leave. Like it doesn't
That's
like
me
so
all
bad.
day. No, have a good time.
Yeah. So the next day, we and James, when we all got back to the college campus at Wayland, James was like, yeah, man, glad we left because them boys really wanted to jump us because they did not want us there. I was just like, Nish set us up. I was like, she set us up, bro.
Never. Never.
And I
Never. I
always
wonder
bring it.
who it was. You
I
do
don't
what?
know. I don't. I always tell James that story every time, like, because I told him I was gonna do a podcast with you. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna say that story about like how I felt like she set us up that night, and he was like, you're wild.
No.
But that
See,
is the first time we met.
that is so unfortunate. I would never set you up to get jumped, though. I think that's crazy. And anyone that does that, I talk about it with my lash stylist all the time. Like, I feel like they're the ones that can set people up because your eyes are closed.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, yeah. So that's like my fear, just getting my lashes done. So I would never do that for somebody going to a party.
Well,
But I wonder who it was.
I'm glad that you would never do that. But however, we are on different sides of this NFL, league. And we're not on different sides. We're kind of on the same side, but
Same
we don't
division,
do
just
same division. We don't really mix well. We're like oil and water, right? We don't mix well at all. You could say some spit got involved in our first meeting,
let's
but
talk about that though. Because
wait, before
why is
let's not first talk about that. You got to tell me
okay,
why you're a
fine.
fan. Why
Fine.
you're a fan. When you became an Eagles fan.
I think I was just born into it. My dad is a huge Eagles fan and he makes sure that I have Eagles gear. So it's just like, well, nobody was buying me anything else.
You were born
It
in
was,
Texas?
yeah.
Wow, and you're Eagles fan.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um, but it's cool. Uh, I wasn't really into football, honestly, until maybe like 10 years ago, I guess. And then I'm like, yeah. And then we started getting really good and winning. So it was just easy to like get into it deeper, I guess.
So you're not a bandwagon fan. That's a good thing. I got a lot of respect for that. You didn't just jump on, when you started winning Super Bowls. I haven't won. My team hasn't won a Super Bowl since I was born, so I really didn't have no choice. So
The
that's
funniest part about that is that I don't think either of us could read the last time y'all
yeah.
won.
Oh, look this already. She's stabbing me one time. Look, that's one time already on the pod. All right, I didn't mean to cut you off. Let's go ahead and get to that spit gate thing that happened in our first matchup. Do you
Okay,
think that Dak baited, Carter, or do you think Carter's just out of hand?
both.
Okay.
And this is why, because there are people in the world who will let you make it, and there are people in the world who are like, okay, if this is what you want to do, then let's go for it. And Jalen Carter is the latter. So, can you fault him though? If someone spit towards you, are you calm enough to just let it go?
Spit towards me? No, I'm not calm enough. I can already say you that. Especially if I'm with my wife or something. Like, yeah, we all tables are getting flipped over.
As you
However,
should.
if in a professional game, it's a high paying athlete, I may take a little precaution, not a lot, but a little precaution. I wouldn't spit on somebody, but who am I to say what I could really do in that position? Because maybe I would have. Maybe I would have done worse. I wouldn't have spit. Maybe I would have took my helmet off, and hit him on the chin. Who would have known?
Dang.
But
So if they do that, they still get suspended though, right? Like if you were to punch someone.
oh yeah,
So regardless,
yeah,
it's the same punishment. I mean, I'm
yeah.
not saying that I encourage
I
spitting
mean,
at all.
you're like, yeah,
I don't wanna do that.
you spit, but you really could have just knocked him out with your helmet. We could have really got physical.
Let's weigh this out. How
we
far
just
can I
if we're
go?
gonna go extreme, we might as well go to the top, right? Is that what you're basically saying?
Basically, because everyone's so upset about the spit, but it's like, okay, if he would have did anything else, it would have been the same thing. Mind you, I'm on Jalen Carter's side. You spit at me. I mean, I feel like he went light, honestly. I would have got him on the next play, but whatever.
Well,
But hey,
thank God my quarterback is safe from the violent acts of the Eagles fans.
wow.
I
Everyone tries to
appreciate
make it
that.
seem like we're so violent. But
I mean, you
again,
got your own
why are you
security guard. I mean, you got your
okay,
own
let me
mob boss security guard. I don't want to say
Big Dom.
Big Dom is I'm not saying he's not a part of the mob, but I'm not saying he isn't.
I am saying his name is Big Dom, so you know.
Hey, take that. Listeners, I need you to comment. Do you think Big Dom is a part of the mafia for the Eagles? Yes or no? If we'll see
He's
the
not,
poll
he's just
that
a
we
good
get.
person. He's just
Shout
a
out
good
to
person.
shout out to Big Dom unless he's going against my team. All right. Now, obviously, you said you've been a fan you've been a fan about football about 10 years. You got into it. The Eagles have had a lot of moments in the last 10 years as a football team. What are some of the best moments you have had as a fan so far?
Definitely the first Super Bowl, just because seeing dang, what is his name? I can't even think of it.
Your quarterback?
What is his name? He
You
got
forgot your
hurt,
quarterback?
and
Oh,
Foles ended up winning. That's why I can't remember his name. I can think of his number and everything.
I'm not an Eagles fan, so I wouldn't be able to let you know.
Carson Wentz. That's who it is. Carson Wentz. I was like,
Wentz.
what? Anyways, he got hurt, and it was just like, oh man, the backup is going in. I don't think we're gonna win, and then we freaking won, and that was insane. That was absolutely insane. And then immediately after that has to be Sunday's game. That was crazy. I'm literally on the phone talking about, please God, just let them block this. Let us win by one. We came back so hard. We have to win this, And then he blocks it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, don't ever doubt that I'm God's favorite. I'm going nuts. The person on the phone is like, you're acting like you just won the Super Bowl. I'm like, are you insane? Did you not see that? Did you watch? Or did you
Yes,
see the highlights?
I watched the game. It was insane. The first block, I was like, okay, that's expected. That's what y'all have a good blocking scheme. The second one in the run back, because I'm a lineman. I was a lineman,
Okay.
so a big boy running it back. We all got a little pride when that happens. So when that happened, I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that just really happened. And I
18
was
point. Oh my bad.
no, I was like, he blocked it and he ran it back. Like you don't get no better than that. Like it doesn't. It doesn't get any better. The crowd is going crazy. You get all the way to the other end zone. It's just like, what's better? What's a better Sunday than watching your team win like that?
Facts. I will be honest though, and it's been happening like the last couple of weeks in football, but the Aces have been playing the same time as the Eagles. So I was watching the Aces game initially, but that phone call was like, man, get on, look at your team, blah, blah, blah. So I missed everything except that. No, I'm
You-
lying. I watched the last like 8 minutes, but like it was 3 seconds left, and I'm over here praying to God, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was beautiful, man. Like I don't know, that's the top play. Like last year was Saquon like jumping backwards or hurtling backwards, but so far this year is definitely Jordan Davis.
Shout out to Jordan Davis. Shout out to his weight loss too. He lost a lot of weight over the season, off in the off season. He says his Peloton bike, they have an appointment every day after
Oh wow,
workout. So yeah, so Peloton, get with him, get a sponsorship.
dang, he
Now
should.
you mentioned a person of interest that I want to talk about, Saquon Barkley. Okay, he leaves the Giants. Obviously, the whole controversy that happens with him, and he signs to Philly. What's your first reaction when you see that alert on the ESPN? Saquon Barkley signing to the Philadelphia Eagles.
How is he gonna fit in the locker room?
Hmm.
And the reason being is because some of my favorite players are I'd have opinions about them. I have thoughts about them.
Everyone,
My
yeah,
favorite Texas my favorite Texan is I have thoughts. And he's great, the person that I have thoughts about, but I worry about how he can handle others' spotlight. And I worry about how other people, if they're not like a cool head or they don't really care about that, how that could work. So initially I'm just like, I don't really know this guy.
hmm
I can make assumptions and I think that they'll butt heads. So that's where I'm thinking, like, is it just gonna before they even get on the field, like what happens in the building it up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Are you happy so far with his locker room play, or when I say locker room play, was his play on the field and maybe his locker room presence? Not anything that happens in the off season, but just his locker room presence.
why would you say such a thing? Why do you feel
I'm,
like you need to put that out there?
I'm just saying, I just want to make sure the draw the line was drawn there.
As an Eagles player, I will say this: as an Eagles fan and seeing him as an Eagles player, I'm glad we have him. I'm glad we have him and nobody else. I'll tell you that much. I think last year was incredible with him, but this year it's just proving that they think he's our secret weapon, and he can't be that. If that makes
Mm,
sense, like he incredible. He what over 2,000 yards?
yeah. He's a workhorse. He was your workhorse, so he can't really be a secret weapon because he's always gonna get the ball.
Yeah. So it's just like I feel like I don't know. I'm glad we got to experience it, and I'm glad like I'm in the time where I can like go to these games or like see it in person and see history live.
Yeah.
And that's not shade to you. It's just like dang, like as a fan, like that's huge. Like oh, I was there, or like oh, I got to see this or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, so being able to see that talent and like witness it, I love that. I love him as a player during the NFL season. He is one of my favorite people.
All right. So I did hear you mention like you get to attend the games, right? Tell me about Philly. I've never been. So tell me, how was it when you attended the games, the atmosphere, the stadium, the food, maybe the tailgate if you did. Just tell me how it is compared. Because I've been to the one of the Cowboys and it's pretty, we get pretty lit in D Town, you know what I mean? So how do they do it up there in the north, with Philly?
So Philly's cool because you know what a wag is?
Wife of what is it? Is that what you're
Wives and
talking about?
girlfriends.
Wives
Yeah.
and girlfriends. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Slay, his wife, she literally is like known for her banana pudding, and it's like they're all out there. She's cooking for the fans, like hanging out with them and everything. It's weird because the song is like, "No one likes us, we don't care." And they really don't care because they're a family. Like Philly
Yeah,
is locked in with Philly, okay, and even parts of Jersey, like they're locked in with Philly, and that's what I like. It doesn't matter. They Eagles can have the worst game ever and they'll talk shit to your face and they'll call like these players dickheads. Excuse my language, but that's the word they use there. Um, but then they'll like love you and they'll stand out in the cold. Like when I went to the parade or whatever, it is freezing, middle of a snowstorm, and we're just out there like, oh, hours. I want to say we were outside probably like 14
hours.
hours.
Oh my god.
Hours. It was crazy though. Like the players are getting down. Uh, I when Howie Roseman got hit in the head with a beer can, I was over there. It was insane. Like it's just a really cool atmosphere, and everybody looks out for each other. But in the same breath, you mess up, they're definitely gonna get you. Like, and some people are insane. Like we almost got in a fight with this lady trying to get onto the train. She's like, "You were not over here," and I'm like, "Yes, I was. I was just like off the street because there's so many people, and like I don't like people being around me, you know."
Yeah,
And she started yelling at me. Then her son started yelling at my sister, and my sister started acting like my dad. And I'm like, "Man, this is all bad."
it's about to get crazy.
Then all for us to all end up on the same. I don't. I'm not familiar with whatever the trains, but like whatever the thing is, we were all on the same one, and then we end up on the same bus after that. So I'm like,
That's awkward. Oh, that's really
super
awkward.
awkward. And like I'm over it, but the vein in my forehead is like out. I just can't stand it. But yeah, and I guess like there was some guy, obviously like there's all these people walking. There's this guy that's like trying to turn, and like they all start yelling at him. They're like, "You effing dickhead, get out of here!" And like the guy is like trembling. He's so scared. He's frightened. He's like trying to turn around, trying to get out of there. So I don't know. You really just got to be on Philly's good side, and you will never have anything to worry about. But if you get on their bad side, like you better get ready to like feed it back to them or get beat up. That's all I got to tell you.
Yeah, remind me not to wear a Dallas Cowboy jersey and go to a Philly game. I don't
No, people can, and nothing will
really.
happen to them. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, if you act like you don't have any sense,
Yeah,
Philly
yeah.
is gonna show you that they are better at it.
It's like come to the game, you cheer for your team, I'm gonna cheer for mine, and we go home. You come to the game and wild out, then we're really gonna show you why we're Philly.
Yeah, they're gonna show you why they love Meek Mill and
Why they love
everything.
me, man.
The choice is yours, you know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Philadelphia's offense. Okay. Brian Johnson was your OC from 2023, 2024. He gets fired for a bland offense, is what the tabloids and the news and everybody was saying. All right. So you hired Kellen Moore. Um, he goes to be a head coach for the New Orleans Saints. Takes a big boy job. But before he left, he was 14-3 overall, 4-0 in the playoffs, and a Super Bowl under his belt. Now you have Kevin Patullo. Patullo, yeah. And it's looking okay. But it's not. I mean, it's looking okay, not great. How do you feel about the direction of the offense under him? Because there was a clip where Jalen Hurts went over to the bench and they're sitting on the bench and he's talking to him. I don't lip read. I can't talk today. I don't lip read, but Jalen Hurts, what I think he said was, "Hey, I get paid a lot of money to do this job, so call the plays that I want to be called." Basically. So
That's what you saw.
yeah, that's what I saw basically. Like, hey, call the plays that need to be called, and I get paid the money. You really don't. So, how do you feel about the offense going forward with your new offensive coordinator?
Let's see. How can I say this in a very kind way? I am very thankful that Jalen Hurts is our quarterback and
Mm.
that he knows how to read the field. Because it doesn't matter who gets in that position. Like, okay, I won't say like it doesn't matter. It definitely matters. But with the Rams game, when we're down and then we come back, that's Jalen Hurts. I think the Eagles have set a standard, and I think the majority of the players on the Eagles team want to live up to that standard. And right now, like with us having to like get new people, every time someone does well for us, they're like, "Oh, do you want to be a head coach somewhere? Oh, do you want to come live here? Like, oh, we'll pay you this." So it's like hard for anybody to get comfortable, especially Jalen. So I feel like he's had to learn like the field and like what works and what doesn't work when, somebody else is still trying to figure it out and still trying to figure out that team. So do I think he can be great later on in the season or by the time the Super Bowl rolls around? More than likely. But am I thankful that Hurts is who he is? Absolutely. I don't have like fear, I guess, just because I know how much he wants to win, so it's just easy for me to be like, "Oh, it'll be all right."
So that's a good question you bring up Hurts because there's a lot of media talk about him being top 5, right? He can't make a forward pass, not a true stat. You know, he is more than a quarterback on the field. I believe he's a great locker room presence. I think he's kept Philly as a team, like he's the heart of the team. But how do you feel about having him as like maybe 5 more years, 4 more years? When do you think that Philly could, move on from him? Or do you even think they plan on making a swift transition? You think they're going to let him like decline? Since you said like there's a standard that he's going to decline and he's going to have to like, I'm not saying to a decline. Like that's wild. We're not going to put him on a decline like that. Maybe like
Yeah.
a Aaron Rodgers little decline steep.
Dang, you wouldn't say Tom Brady? That's interesting.
Whoa. I'm not. I mean, Tom won a Super Bowl with the Bucks. That wasn't really a decline. But
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying like he was there for how many years?
yeah, he was a long time. He was down for a long time.
I mean, I guess the same could be said for Rodgers though.
Yeah.
Did he
So
win with them?
who?
Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers, yeah. Oh, they won one for sure, but I don't know how many
Have they
more.
won the Super Bowl?
Well, I thought they did.
I
Dang, I
don't.
gotta look.
I'll look up that stat. But go ahead and tell me just how you feel about Jalen Hurts as your like quarterback in the future, just with all the media attention he's getting now and everything.
I think Jalen Hurts is like just like you said, he's the heart of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think that his determination is what Larry likes, what Roseman likes, what Sirianni likes. You know what I mean? All these people have their opinions about Jalen, like, oh, he didn't smile at this time of the day. He smiled 2 hours later. How dare him? Oh, he didn't throw enough for me. Oh, he does this. Oh, the tush push. Like everything Jalen does is an issue, right? So even if no, let me say it like this. If you were to take another player and give Jalen Hurts' talent to that other player, everybody would absolutely love him. And he'd be top 5, if not top 3. You know what I mean? Current
Yeah.
players. But they're not going to do that. And I honestly think it's part of it because of Jalen doesn't play the game. As far as like, oh, I want you to notice me. Oh, I want you to be nice to me. I want you to say nice things to me. Jalen doesn't care about that. He's not trying to be the public eye. He couldn't give a crap less. You don't think he's the best? Oh, well, let me go do this. You don't think I can throw? Well, let me show you this. They talk so much crap about him going into the Super Bowl, and then like the dagger is one of the best plays in the Super Bowl ever. Like,
I remember that watching that live. Oh, what a play!
in your home state, are you kidding me? Where you lost like your high school championship? That was just like it's too perfect. I don't know. Anyways, but I do think like Jalen will be an Eagle for a really long time, and I don't think it'll be a thing where um he'll be asked to leave or it'll be an issue with like the front office or anything like that. I think he'll move on his own terms. I don't think the Eagles will make that move at all. I think they'll be satisfied with what they have.
Will he retire as an Eagle, you think?
I hope so. I really do hope so. And I think Shador Sanders is a good example of like how good Jalen Hurts is. Shador's not a scrub, you know what I mean? But he did not want to go to the Eagles, and he's not a fool. I wouldn't want to go to the Eagles either. I'm not going to get a start. Jalen has to get hurt in order for him to like keep starting. You know what I mean?
I'm so against you on that. I think he should have went to the
Why?
Eagles or Baltimore.
Hey, look, on one hand, I absolutely think that's who he needs to learn from and who he needs to be, because anything can happen to those guys, and I think those are the best people like that he can learn under and learn from or whatever. However, that's not what he's trying to do.
Money was going to be made regardless. You're Sanders. Money is going to be made regardless. You could have got behind Jalen Hurts, right? You could have learned the Eagle system. You could have been a part of the culture, right? It's more than just like look at Jameis Winston. Hasn't started probably a quarterback job, 2 years? He's going to make millions of dollars in TV just off his personality, his locker room presence, and just what he brings to the game. Shador coming in, whatever happened during the draft, he could have went under Jalen Hurts. He could have learned the system. He could have been a sponge, right? And then let's just say, I don't know, Jalen, God forbid, knock on wood, even though I'm a Cowboys fan, knock on wood.
You need to pray to God before you even say what you got to say.
Jalen,
God forbid, no weapon formed against
you. Jalen has an injury, right? Next year or whatever, he could have stepped in. The system could have been learned. But then again, not even take that. You're around that program or around that, that organization, and then you go somewhere else. Now you have the blueprint. Like, who wouldn't want the blueprint from a Super Bowl team? Who wouldn't want a blueprint from a Super Bowl champion? And then it's same thing. So I disagree. I think he should have went to one of those teams, and especially of a black quarterback, and could have learned, what to do.
No, I'll give you that. It's what another point is on that is that take the Super Bowl for example, right? We were what was it, like 46? He still could have gone, like Shador could go in the Super Bowl and like have a whole second half. Like, you're good, and you'll shine on your own. So I get you. I feel you.
So, but yeah, what can we do? Those things are out of our control. It's like we should be GMs these days, or speakers to speak to these people.
Let me ask you this though: do you think that they would have allowed him to go to the Eagles regardless? Like, if he would not have said no, and mind you, I don't know if he really did or didn't, because people lie every day. But let's say he did say no. Well, do you think that the NFL would have let him go anyways? Because I don't.
I think they would have let him go to the Ravens.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have let him go to Philly, but I think they would have let him go to the Ravens.
I think it's so crazy how people treat the Eagles. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how the tush push is under attack?
You know what? That was one of my questions. Okay. Hear me out. If I run quarterback sneak, not from the tush push. If I run quarterback sneak from the gun, and I'm running quarterback sneak from the gun in every formation that I get, and I get a first down 99.8% of the time, okay? And then you go on your side of the ball and you try to do the same thing, and I stop you 97% of the time, that is a skill issue. Okay. I have nothing against the tush push. If Dak and them, if they want to start doing the tush push, you know what I mean? And we start getting first downs, I'm with it. The thing is there's so many things you can do with the offensive coordinator, right? If the offensive coordinator, if Philly gets in a predicament where it is 3rd and 5, and they get 2 or 3 yards, they are going for the tush push. Set it up. I don't know what you need to do. Recruit for it. I don't like
better go to Georgia.
Draft for it. Do something. Have the linebacker jump over. Do something. But to complain about it when you could do the same thing, you're just not as successful. It's like, come on, man. Like you want a participation trophy? Like you wanna be mad because their mom said they can go down the street, but your mom said you couldn't, and y'all live in the same neighborhood? Like is that what we're doing? I hate that. I hate that. Really.
So you know what I do for a living, which means my boss should not have the type of time for this. He texted me last was it no, I think it was the week before, last Monday, and he's like, "Hey, can you give me a call?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I call him, and I'm like, "Hello," and he says, "So do you think the tush push is right? Do you think it's
Oh my
fair?"
god.
Like,
In the middle of a
oh,
workday?
bro. Yes, on a Monday. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dang, did I mess up? And you talking about the tush push? Get out of here, bro.
That's how you know it's worldwide. It's nationwide. Like
It's got people in
everybody,
shambles.
it's got them in shambles. Like I'm pretty sure they've made so much money off that, like tush push or what. Even if they pushed out merchandise, I know they made a lot
Dang,
of
do
money.
you think it's trademarked before you release this episode?
Hey,
Because if
oh
not, I'm
god,
about to go try to get it.
you didn't hear any of that
21st.
anyway.
I'm definitely about to Google that because I hope it's not.
Listen,
Surely though, right?
surely though,
Surely.
um,
If not,
push aside, right?
okay.
Your wide receiver room: AJ Brown, Devontae Sweat,
Sweet Smith. I'm like, what?
Sweat.
I
I'm
can't
thinking,
I
look,
can't
I'm
talk either.
sweating. It's so hot. It's so hot in my room right now. I'm sweating. I'm thinking Devontae Smith. So it's Devontae Smith, right?
Right.
Um,
Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper. He's so small. I mean, he's so small. AJ Brown. His tactics of reading a book on the sideline when he's not, getting the production he has. He had a little rough start, and then he really came through in the Rams game. Do you
Yes.
feel? Do you feel like him and Jalen's relationship is still shaky? Or do you feel like this is just, just the start of the season? We're going to get in routine. Or do you think it has to do something with the offensive coordinator? I gotta get your opinions, Philly. We don't do this often. I only cross enemy sides once a year. Okay. So I'm
That's
on your side
hilarious.
right now. We're on a treaty. I'm safe. So I gotta ask all the questions. How do you really feel?
So, as I told you earlier, I'm in the process of getting my master's, and it just so happens to be in marketing. Um, and my concentration is sports marketing. So I noticed a lot of things about players. And this isn't, and I don't want to talk negatively about my team, but I think Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown's issues are way deeper than the football field.
Really?
I don't think it has much to do with. I don't think it has a lot to do with football. I think football is probably 20%, and Jalen, everything else is the 80%. Honestly, because when you think about it, like after the first game, he's just like, well, whatever, and then he like dominates in the Rams, and it's like he's turned up. But then he's wearing shirts that says "check on your teammates." But it's just interesting how you wear shirts like "check on your teammates," but you're throwing them under the bus any other time. Like, all I'm saying is this: there's a lot going on in that locker room, but it doesn't have that much to do with football.
You think it's
Because
about some money?
yes, absolutely. You
Really?
think that AJ Brown post? Oh my gosh! I'm like, do I want to say this or do I not? Hold on.
Go all in. We're already in the deep end. Go all in.
From my standpoint, again, because I study behaviors, I study trends, I study all this other stuff, right? So Jalen Hurts wins MVP for Super Bowl. Everyone's excited. Everyone's posting everything. Shortly after the Super Bowl, AJ Brown posts a list of things that he wants to accomplish. And he says he made the list like in 2022, 2023 or something like that. I don't know. He deleted the post conveniently after somebody pointed other things out that was a goddamn lie on that list. Sorry to cuss, but that's what it was. It was just a bold-faced lie. It was win the Super Bowl. Okay, he did that. Win MVP of the Super Bowl. Well, he didn't do that, but Jalen did. Get married. Blah, 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 blah. Well, he had that checked off, but he didn't do that. Jalen did. And then conveniently, he has like this huge like proposal, very similar to Devontae Smith. Now he's like advocating for mental health. And I'm not saying that like that's disingenuous, because he has been advocating for mental health, but like as far as like wearing the shirts and then having the books and like all this other stuff, like he just doesn't seem he just seems like he has more things going on than football wise. Like, I think he wants that spotlight. I think, you know how everybody like freaking Jalen has a TKO playing in the background of a Jordan commercial after the Super Bowl, and everybody's walking around with Love Hurts, and in the middle of the park, like that's on the route to the parade to the museum, is a huge thing that says Love Hurts, you know? And when
So
you're
he
the
wants to
man,
be
you're
that guy. He
yeah,
wants to be that guy.
and it's hard to not be that guy. Because now
Especially
you have Jalen, then you have Saquon.
Mm.
Do you
And
even
then
have Coop?
Saquon makes the Madden cover. Smith is the only player that's won a national championship and the Super Bowl
And the Heisman.
and the Heisman.
And he's the one that's being posted all over social media for hashtag Black Love. Sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. I think they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful.
The way you said that sounded like you were like hashtag Black Love. Like you want to like, you know, ever listen to like the Sunday Night Slow Jams? Like you like hashtag Black Love.
Oh my gosh, what if that's my calling?
So okay, so I can get where you say that, right? We don't want to say jealousy, maybe just I mean, there's no really other word for it but jealousy.
I mean, you could say jealousy, or you could say like, what about me, or why isn't it me? But at the end of the day, what is that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
it's ill intentions. I don't know. He just doesn't seem genuine to me, and he's a really good player. And I'm glad he's on my team. But then it's just like I see just like little stuff, and other people won't notice it. But like I said, like I evaluate the stuff all the time because I just want to know like how things work, or like what works and what doesn't work, or how certain, I don't know, like people with characteristics, how they act and how that like is perceived by the public, and does it work for them? Do they get these deals and these brands or not, or do they stay in the same place? You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think like we've seen a lot of motion, even with Devontae Smith's fiance. She's got a deal. She got a clothing thing, I think, with New Era, and I want to say, what is it Mitchell and Ness?
Mitchell and Ness, yeah.
Yeah, with them and some other brand or whatever, and they're like doing like the Eagles thing. So they're all these overwear, and then like they're everywhere. And then he's like, "Man, I'm not getting thrown the ball, and I'm not getting like these endorsements or these sponsorships. It gets hard." I'm sure. I don't know. I can't relate. Because
not my problem.
It's not, because at the end of the day, you better get to work. When the other day when I posted that me and Jalen had the same mentality, you either win or you get your shit together. I meant that. That's the only options you have. What else do you have? You know what I mean? So it's just like, and I think I don't say that like that's why I'm an Eagles fan, but that's why like I really like Jalen, because I appreciate his mentality. There's so many people that are like, oh, well, you need to do it this way. I don't need to do anything but make sure I get this win, or make sure that I get this to happen. And if that's my goal, then I get that. And I feel like there's a lot of teams, like you can look at the Commanders, you can look at where does Myles Garrett play? The Bengals?
Myles Garrett plays for the Browns.
Or the Browns? Where does Jamar Chase play? Is it the Browns also?
Bengals.
Okay. Yeah. Bengals. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
They're some of the most selfish players in the world.
Damn.
Myles Garrett, mind you, he was gonna be an Eagle, and just like Saquon, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna be like if he gets there because
You don't
I
know
don't
him.
like his.
Yeah.
I don't. I no. I mean, I still don't know him, but I did watch Hard Knocks on HBO. They're the AFC.
Yes.
Yeah, of the AFC. And every week they're like, "This is how we beat the Eagles," and then every week they're like, "Okay, we didn't beat them, but."
Speaking, did you see when you played the Chiefs and Jones was on the sideline? He was like, they ran the same play, goddamn, 7 times. 7 times. That's how I know that like that tush push is probably gonna get banned. Like that level of frustration with one player is probably through the whole league. And if it does get banned, I want to let you know right now, I would still run it. Because how are you gonna ban a football play?
That's
Like I'm
fair.
gonna be like, well, this is not the tush push. This is a different formation. We don't have two players behind. We just have one, and then we have an extra lineman on this side. You
We
know,
call
so
this put it tush.
we call it the rocket forward. This is what this play rocket forward, going forward.
What does that say about the league though? If they of all plays, like you want to ban that one. What does that say about the league? Soft. This is why we still need Cody. He would tell the people soft, and he was an Eagles fan, so you know he would tell people.
Soft.
I'm just saying.
You're right. All right, so you made a point about Jalen saying, either win or get lost, basically, right?
You're
Your
right.
head coach, Nick Sirianni,
Oh man.
51, 51-20 overall record, 6-3 playoff record to this date. The worst record he had was 9-8, which was his first season. The best record is 14-3. He has 2 Super Bowl appearances, one in 24 and 25, and lost in 22. Some
You went
say
on.
he
Sorry.
some
It was a
my
long
bad.
pause.
It
So
wasn't
sorry.
no long pause. Sorry, I didn't want to stumble over my words. I swear, look, doing the podcast with you, even if this is gonna be all an episode because you're just hilarious. All right,
Sorry.
can he be the best coach in Eagles history?
Oh, absolutely. I
No
think
doubt
so.
about it.
I think they just I hate to use this word and I hate to describe it, but like in a playful manner, like act like this was Twitter when Jack owned it. I think Leary hired a lot of psychopaths and it's just working out. Like it is just working out. I think the same thing. Well, I'll tell you later. I think the same thing for my company. Not psychopaths though. Another word. But when you have people who have the same mentality and who like, okay, like that's when like, okay, no, this doesn't matter. This is what matters. That's all that matters. You can get any coach, right? Um, what's the guy who Andy Reid? He was the
Yeah,
Eagles coach, right?
yeah, he was Eagle coach for a minute.
Look at what he did in Kansas City versus what he did in Philly. Like it just depends on where you are. And I think Nick is where he is supposed to be. I think as long as Jalen is there, Nick will be there.
So it's a package. We're a package deal. Let me
No,
call
because I
Jerry.
think,
Let me call Jerry see if I can get a package deal.
bro, oh my God, I'd be so sick if Jalen went to the Cowboys. I'd be like, no.
Listen, we get you a nice jersey, okay? Got some stars on it. We can take you to Jerry World, give you a world tour. It'd be
No,
nice.
man.
Beyonce performed there. I know you like Beyonce, so
Facts.
we can, get you acclimated to the Jerry World. But nah,
But
that would
also, to
never
be
happen.
fair, last time I saw Beyonce, no, I have never seen Beyonce in Texas, actually.
What?
Never.
All right, we'll talk
First
about
time I
that.
saw her, yeah, I'll tell you in a second. Cali and Georgia, like never Texas. That's crazy. Anyways,
Okay. We're gonna get you out of here because I know you still got a game you want to watch, the Aces. I know you're probably nervous,
yeah.
but I just got
Can you please invite me to the WNBA podcast when y'all have it? Oh, should I make one? I'm just
you
playing.
should make one and invite us. Because I got some things I can get off respectfully. You know what I mean? Respectful.
I don't
Um,
have any friends though, so like you would have to come on every week. Week
yeah,
32,
we
Charles
study.
is back. Now I could probably rotate you like once a month. That could work with you.
We're gonna figure something out. We'll figure something.
Oh,
I
it's
talked
off
with James.
season.
Yeah. So college basketball is coming up. There, we are doing college basketball. So
Oh, can I join?
yes, you can join. I would definitely have you join.
I can't wait. I love sports. Shout out to y'all for making sports podcasts. People just be talking and talk on the other ones, but like, no, I want to hear. Why is that your favorite player? What kind of mess are they in?
Listen, I text James on a random Tuesday. I said, "Hey, you want to talk college football with me?" Because I started this podcast because my wife would like listen to me, and then I would be like, "Do you get it?" She'd be like, "No," and I'd be like, "She said you should start a podcast," and I was like, "Well, I don't want to talk by myself." So I like talk by myself on one podcast. I sounded horrible. I was like, "I can't do this." I was like, "I need
Aw.
somebody." So I text James. I was like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast with me? Talk college football?" He was like, "Yeah, what are we gonna talk about?" I was just like, "College football. That's it." And he was like, "Okay," and that's how we started. That's how we started doing the Over and Under podcast. I came up with the idea because I kept gambling, and I would only gamble the over and unders. So I was like, you know what, Over and Under podcast. I'm definitely doing that, and that's
I
how I
like
came
it.
to it. So that's a little
That's fire.
background for the fans that didn't know how this got started.
You're
Um,
welcome, fans.
yeah, you were an Eagles fan bought history out of me. Who would ever thought? All right,
Look
last
at me.
question. Get you
Okay.
out of here. All right, Super Bowl or bust? Is that what we're looking at for you? For the Eagles fan, do you feel this year or any year going forward, since you say the stakes are high, the what you want your team to be, right? The statue of how the Eagles have, well, the limits that the Eagles have reached. Is it Super Bowl or bust from now on?
Give me 1 second. I want to send you something. And it's my answer, though, okay? Just give me 1 second.
If you send me like a meme like Jalen Hurts, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
No, give me a second because I got to do a markup in
You
case
got
you
to do a
post it.
markup. Oh my
Yeah, in case you
gosh.
post it. I can't let people know, but I need you to know.
Oh my gosh. Listen, the next podcast that I do with a fan is Minnesota, and his name's Don. He's got a radio voice. He does
Mhm.
radio for like 14 years. I'm gonna get you and him, and then I did the Cowboy podcast with the cowgirl Alma. I'm gonna have you and Alma on this podcast,
Okay.
and y'all are gonna go back and forth because she's a huge Dallas fan. I
Oh,
mean,
when did they
huge.
play each other? Are you gonna have us
Uh,
before or after the game?
I may do both. I may do both. We'll
Okay.
do before and we'll do after. And we'll see how that goes. So let me
Did you
see
get
what
my
you sent
text?
me. Departing. Wait, what? You're leaving the Philly?
Yes.
February
Look at the
4th.
date.
Wow. So oh, you are oh, so it's already set in stone.
Okay, ready to go. The parade, I'm prepared. So that's where I'm at with it. If we go, then okay. My flight is booked. My hotel is booked. We're good to go. The only thing I'm waiting on is for Philly to win. That's how much faith I have. And if it doesn't work out, okay. That's
Then you have a
okay.
trip to Philly.
Oh, I'll probably just go somewhere else or it's sunny. But like,
So
I don't like being cold, but I will be cold for the Eagles. That's the only
that's you
time.
don't like being cold, but you'll go to Philly in the
Yeah.
wintertime.
Also, I know this isn't part of the podcast, but I just want to say this. Last time I went to Philly, I ordered. I don't know. Is it ordered? I guess I ordered. I don't know. An Airbnb. And why did they have it locked? The thermostat set on 63. I'm like, it's cold. I'm from Texas. It's 12 degrees outside. What are you talking about? He talking about get a space heater. I said, what? Oh, and mind you, I'm on the third floor. And this is before Southwest betrayed me. I used to pack heavy bags. Dragging that up, I'm like, you didn't even tell me there wasn't an elevator. And he was like, I don't have to tell you that. And I was like, what? And he was like, most people would
Hospitality,
just use
wow.
this. He's like, most people would just use the stairs and not have a problem with it. And I was like, is something wrong with me? Because what?
You're from Texas and we have hospitality. That's what the difference was. Because what I would have like, yo, can I meet you? I need to meet you right now so we can have a talk about this. Because I would
Okay.
definitely would have been mad. So
No, and then oh my gosh, well, I have a terrible review on Airbnb from him, but it's okay because he has one for me. But he was like, "I tried to fix the problem." No, you didn't. Like you lied on that review, but whatever. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is stay at a hotel when you go to Philly, or stay with some people you know.
dang, Philly, y'all getting a bad rap out here.
No,
All right.
I mean it was just that Airbnb.
Well, I don't do Airbnb, so good
You
luck.
don't? We'll talk
No,
about it.
no. All right. I just want to let you know, Nish, I got your name right. We know you're an Eagles fan. Your dad, made sure that you were Eagles fan, not a Cowboys fan. He must have knew something. He must have knew that you would be perfect for the Eagles fan base.
Shout out
Even though,
Johnny.
even though we are rivals, even though I have to go to the other side of the line now and cross back over. I do appreciate you having this peace treaty with me.
Yes.
Um, hopefully, no money problems hurt you in the end. Everyone's on their job with
No.
AJ Brown. The way you looked at me like I
I
was
was
talking
like,
to you first.
I
You're like,
was
what do you
like,
mean? You're like, you looked at me like I'm broke? Are you telling me I'm broke? That's exactly how you looked at me. Like I was talking to you directly.
me? My bad.
All
I
right.
wasn't looking at him like I'm broke, y'all. Don't believe him.
Oh my
You don't know
gosh.
my bank account.
Okay. Listen, everybody, I appreciate you listening to this podcast. I appreciate Nish for coming through and just giving us, insight of how she became an Eagles fan, so many things that, she has on her minds about her team. Other than that, we're gonna get out of here. We got other things to do. It's Friday night, gotta get rowdy. I'm probably just about to chill. Nish is drinking a margarita right now on live, so that's just how it goes. Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok, the YouTube. Nish, do you have anything to say to our people? And we will be having her back. I mean, why not? She is a blast. So, what else do you have to say, Nish?
Um, go birds. What else?
Go Cowboys. All right, look, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all for listening. This is Charles on the Over and Under podcast, and Nish out.